HarperVoyagerUK, and today I'm going to be doing a promotional video for the An Ember in the Ashes by Sabita here. I was sent this for review by HarperCollins, and they sent it with some little game show type of cards that I'm going to answer the questions from. It's a tag, so they've sent me this as a tag, hashtag #FantasyIRL in real life on Twitter, so if anybody wants to answer these questions, I'm going to tag some people because I think that's what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not really sure. So I'm going to tag some people who I don't think have done this, and yeah, I'll answer the questions now. Let's get on to it. So the first question on the front says, "What if their lust for war and glory and power are mine too, and I just don't know it?" That's a quote from the book. And the question to do with this quote is power. There are plenty of examples of abuse of power around the world and in An Ember in the Ashes. The impact of power both on the powerful and the powerless is key. We all feel powerless sometimes. Have you ever fought against someone in a powerful position and stood up for yourself? If so, how did you do it? And what advice would you give to someone in a similar position? I've not thought about these questions at all, but I'm going to try. So I wouldn't say bullies, because are bullies powerful? I'm gonna say bullies though, because I don't think I've ever, like, I'm quite a, like, I'll let people walk all over me. I'm not really a stand up for myself type of person, but I advise people to do it, but I am not very good at it. I'll stand up for other people. I'm really good at that. Like, if somebody else is getting bullied, I will go up and stand up for them, but I don't really stand up for myself, and I think that's a big flaw of mine, so I really want to work on that at uni and stuff. So the next question, the quote is, "That's what I'm fighting for. I remind myself, not rulership, not power, freedom." So Elias struggles with the notion of freedom in An Ember in the Ashes. He desperately wants to make his own decisions, as we often do in reality. Modern life often means doing things we don't want to do, as in fantasy. What do you do to keep yourself feeling positive during a difficult day? Are there any songs, places, or people that make you feel happy? Well, obviously I have my boyfriend, Harry. He makes me happy. I find writing makes me really happy, like after a bad day, if I'm like immersing myself into some storyboard, which also works for reading as well. And I just immerse myself in things that aren't to do with me. Like, so if I'm having a bad day, I'll read a good book, and I'll focus on something that's not about my day, or I'll like do something to sort of counter that. So it depends what my bad day is about. If my bad day is about, like, I failed a test, then I'm going to do a revision and work on that. Or if my bad day is because someone's been mean to me, I'm just going to ignore them, because why do they matter? But that does make you have a bad day, I suppose. Like, it does for me anyway. And sorry if the angle's slightly different, my camera just died. So the next question is on this one, and that is, if I want to save him, I can't let fear control me. It's easy to let fear control your actions. It governs Leia's decisions from the outset of An Ember in the Ashes. In reality, the pressures of modern life can be just as difficult to navigate. We all have moments when we feel out of control of our own lives. What helps you get into control? Have you ever been a victim of peer pressure or felt pushed into doing something that you don't necessarily agree with? What advice would you give someone in a similar situation? First question, I just like to just brainstorm how I can get in control of the situation. Like, if it's spiraling out of control, what is the thing that's making it spiral out of control? Is it a person? Is it something that I can do about it? If it's a person, either sort it out with them or get them out of your life, because if somebody is having a negative impact on your life and there is no way for you to resolve that negative impact they're having, just get them out of your life any way you can, because it's not worth it. If there's no way you can resolve the situation, then it's not worth having a negative impact on your life. So that's what I do there. And I don't feel like I've ever been a victim of peer pressure, mostly because I've surrounded myself with friends that are quite nice, and not that people that peer pressure aren't nice, because I don't realise it, and I don't feel like I've surrounded myself by people who are going to be like pressuring me to do anything that I don't feel comfortable with. But I don't feel like anybody's pressuring me, but I do feel a little bit of pressure to go out and drink alcohol with my friends when they go out. I do go out with them, but a lot of the time I don't drink, but they're all okay with it. I just feel pressured because they're drinking, but I try not to make myself feel that pressure to get drunk like they do. Like, I do drink a little bit, but I don't drink in excess, and I don't think I ever will. It just doesn't appeal to me at all, and I just don't. I don't like it. So the next card is the last one, and that is our destiny is power and death and violence. That's what we are. If you don't own that, then how can you ever be free? This book sounds really good, by the way. Every quote I've read, I'm like, whoa, that's intriguing. The burden of destiny is discussed throughout An Ember in the Ashes. Regardless of whether you believe in destiny or not, modern life generates its own expectations and pressures, whether from yourself or your surroundings. Do you believe that everything happens for a reason and your destiny is laid out for you? What do you think you can do to change your own destiny? What makes you happiest now, and how does it differ from what made you happiest last year? So the first question, I used to say that I definitely believed in destiny, and I definitely believe that some things are coincidences, or sometimes too often to be believable, and I do feel like there's something there, but I don't know. I'm not sure what I feel like it is. I don't have any faith of what it is. I'm one of those people that doesn't have like an explanation for everything. Like, I want to have an explanation for everything, but I sort of just don't have one, and I don't have any faith in anything that I think it could be. There's just nothing I think it is. So yeah. What makes you happiest now, and how does it differ from what made you happiest this time last year? It's still a variety of that. My boyfriend makes me really happy, and spending time with him. My friends, I love my friends. Like, they're the thing that's made my A-levels not as easy, but they would have been a lot harder. Like, I find it really difficult, like, going to school because I find it so stressful, but I look forward to having breaks and lunch times with my friends, and we really motivate each other. Like, this time last year, me and my friend Kendall, in the whole of the month of May, we had study leave, and for the whole of the month, me and her went into the library and motivated each other to revise, and I just loved it. I just found it so motivating, and we had so much fun even though we were revising, and I loved it, and I'm really appreciative of them. I don't know where I'd be without my friends and Harry. Like, they're what makes me happiest, and books. So that was the questions set to me by HarperCollins, and I'm going to tag some people. I don't know who's done this, but I'm going to just suggest these people do it. So I want Shelley from Collyofthewobbles to do it. All links will be down below to them, and I'll tag them in it. EmilyJean, Between Chapters, I want her to do it, and BookLovingJess. So yeah, those three. Is it 3 or 4? 4. Yeah, so they could do it, and be sure to add An Ember in the Ashes to your Goodreads shelf because it looks so good, and it's out in July in the UK. It's already out in the US, but it's out in July in the UK, so I'm sure you can order it off Amazon now, the American edition, if you want to take part in like the Book Explosion read along or something, but it's not out here yet. This is an ARC. So yeah, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!